Welcome everyone. Hi, Jay, that's me. Jay, I can't even talk today. Hi guys, Jay Smith here. Welcome to the AskGolfNut channel. Live stream time for the From Stats to Strokes, the show which I've designed to try and help everyone understand their strokes gained, understand their shot making, their decision making on the golf course. Everyone talks about how lessons and how equipment can help massively when improving your golf, but really no one talks about how decision making and knowing the percentage shots, etc., can make such a huge difference as it can to your score. So that's what the From Stats to Strokes show is all about, and doing it in a fun way. I have collaborated for this round this season, okay, from with 11 Golf and Sub 70 Golf. So they have very kindly donated the winner of this a full set of irons custom fitted to their requirements from either Sub 70 or 11 Golf. Now Sub 70 have loads and loads of options. I mean, if I just literally quickly pop up on the screen, you can see there how many options they make. Obviously 11 wedges. They're the 11 hybrids, which are reviewed on my channel already. They're the 11, no, the blaster wedges, can't remember. But here's the Sub 70 stuff, and they range from super game improvement all the way to the lovely blades that they make. So you've got plenty of choice there. But so thank you very much for Sub 70 and 11 Golf for donating that, whoever wins. And so the whole idea is I post a question and I give everyone 2 to 3 days or so to get in the comments and answer it. And it will be centered around statistics and analysis and stuff like that. And it gets people's brains working. It gets people's understanding sometimes how necessarily their decision making is a little bit flawed in their perception of what they should or should not be able to do. This, what I posted a few days ago. Let's get to the actual question one part, and I need to add something in, but I did it in a question, so I'll do the same thing, so keep it like for like. I asked the question of this. So part one was, as a 15 handicap par, golfer from 125 yards in the fairway, that's the bit that I did actually add during the question because I forgot to write it in there, but I said it so everyone was aware. 15 handicap golfer from the fairway at 125 yards. What distance away from the hole, finishing on the green? Finishing on the green, so they're putting effectively. Are they neutral for strokes gained? Now, strokes gained is a measure of how many shots you should get down from in a certain location. If you take a certain amount of shots as a general rule from a certain distance and that, you compare that against your peers at 15 handicap, you can then see it's measured in, say, I don't know, you hit a drive 250 yards down the fairway, compared to a 15 handicapper, they don't generally speaking hit it 250 yards and also hit the fairway, you are massively gaining on your shots. If you were a 15 handicapper and hit your drive 60 yards into the water, then you are massively losing shots. That's the whole idea of shots gained. And shots gained goes through everything. So again, it's much more complicated than that, but it's great for understanding how you are getting on compared to your peers, and also you can put it up against a scratch player or a 10 handicap, 5 handicap, or anything else like that. And so that was the question that I posed for part one. And then the part two was this bit. So part two, at what distance does a 20 handicap golfer need to be to hit the green 50% of the time, hitting from the fairway? So what distance away from the pin do they have to be to hit the green 50% of the time? So that was the whole idea, and so we got the answers to the questions popped in the comment section, and it was quite interesting to see how we all got on. So what I will do, no one's on the chat at the moment anyway, because I didn't actually announce that I was going to be doing a live stream, so I'm not surprised, but it doesn't matter, because it saves my editing if I'm doing it live stream rather than physically doing a video. So the answer to the question was, let's see if we can get part one up first so we can actually see, and we'll do it bit by bit. The 15 handicap golfer 125 yards from the fairway. What distance away from the hole, finishing on the green, are they neutral for strokes gained? I had a myriad of answers, and for the question one was a range of answers between 7 feet and 75 feet. And of course, then I will attribute points to that. So actually, the answer was 75 feet, 25 yards away from the pin. So 25 yards, 75 feet away is a big won't say miss, it's not a miss at all, but I mean, that's quite a big distance considering we are talking about a 15 handicap golfer from the fairway at 125 yards, which is not really that far away, finish on the green. How many or how far do they have to be to get neutral? And it's 25 yards away, 75 feet. So as a 15 handicapper, or if you're worse than this, 20 handicap, 25 handicap, 30 handicapper, if you're hitting your approach shot from 125 yards and it hits the green and it's within 25 yards, do you know what? You've done a good shot. Don't care if you're 20 yards away, you're 60 feet from the hole and you're cursing yourself because it's a rubbish shot. It's not. Really, it's good. You've done well, well done. That's the whole idea of it. Stop beating yourself up. You've done well. Zitty's in the house. I'm here. Hello, hello. Harry's in the house. Hi, Jay. Surprise us. Yes. I surprised everyone and didn't actually let anyone know that I was going to be doing a live stream. I've kind of done it off the cuff because I've got to be careful because Mizuno is going live at 8 p.m, which is another 35 minutes after now, and I'm starring. Well, I'm not starring. I'm just there as an extra, we'll call it. Chris Voschel is the star, talking about the Mizuno Pro 241, 243, 245, the ST230 Max driver, fairway woods, a little bit of the fly high, that kind of idea. And so I was just there to make it a little bit more techie, but then shut up when he needs to start talking, because if not, him and I start talking, we would never stop. And people would fall asleep. So I just had to be quite often, no, Jay, don't say anything, don't say anything, don't say anything. Or, yeah, I've got to give something here. But I wasn't involved in the edit, so I don't know how much they've kept of me or not. We'll find out at 8 o'clock. Right, so the next one. The next answer to the question. So I will pop the full part up now, and so you can see there is the full part of the question, part 2 as well. And then part 2 was the at what distance does the 20 handicap golfer need to be to hit the green 50% of the time hitting from the fairway. On this one I had an absolute range of answers ranging from 35 yards all the way up to 120. Now the concerning thing is obviously that anyone put 35 yards, 40 yards, 50 yards even. From a 20 handicap golfer, it's understanding one thing and another. Now, the actual answer, I'll get the answer up so you can we can explain this a little bit better. Ready? 106 to 110 yards. So 108, let's split the difference. 108 yards is the actual distance that a 20 handicapper is away to hit the green 50-50. So we're not talking about distance away from the green, we're literally just talking about if they hit it. Now, depending obviously where they hit in the green, they might be closer or further away from the pin. Yes, that's not a part of the question. It's more so, as a 20 handicapper, what distance should you be looking at, knowing full well that you've got a 50-50 chance. Now, the interesting thing on part 1 is that it was only, I think only 2 people got 75 feet, 25 yards bang on, and every single, I think, yeah, it was 2 people at 75, 1 at 69 feet. The rest of them were a myriad, a cornucopia of worser answers, down to 7 feet, which is like, wow. If you think you should be 7 feet away and then shots neutral, yeah. But on this one, it was at 35 yards. So, well, the first one, they thought a 15 handicapper should be a much better than they actually are. On this one, actually, they thought the 20 handicappers, well, I don't think they'd given them enough credit. 108 yards is the actual answer for a 50-50 shot in the fairway. So, very quickly, shall we stick the leaderboard up? I'll just get the answers off the screen because there's a couple of people in the house, considering this was absolutely, well, it was an impromptu thing. It was like, oh, I might as well do a live stream rather than anything else. So let's go and have a look at the leaderboard, see how everyone's getting on. Remember, this is hole 4 of 18. So we're now getting close to quarter of the way through. Now there's 70 or so points still up for grabs. And what I'm finding out so far is the fact that at the moment we've got about 100 people on the list. Yeah, so 100 players as such that are going to be involved in this. And what is striking me straight away is that people that are putting in consistent answers, doesn't matter if they're right or wrong. I'll flick over to the answers now. There you go. You can see Ice Tray 2468 has got 19 points. He's still in the lead, but only by 2 points. Niels Axelson is literally scrubbing at his heels with 2 points away. So again, we've got 70 points still available. Richard Jacobs is here. It says howdy. Hello, Richard. Hope you are well. The chat is there. Richard is just behind the leaderboard, but you can see. So what I've noticed so far with some of these people is that actually they've done on round one. They were in round one. And they actually done quite well, but they didn't come back for round 2 and 3 and stuff. So they've dropped down the leaderboard on the basis of they just haven't involved themselves throughout the whole thing. And if people were to just do consistent answers through the whole of the series, they'll be in a really good shot of winning this custom fit set of irons from sub 70 and 11 golf. Although saying that, it doesn't matter that you've got people down there at tied 50th, tied 41st, then it goes down to 3 points all the way. I mean, if you're in here we go, wait for the third. If you're in tied 75th and you gain 1 more point, you've gone up 25 places. So it is very much so. Down this side of the leaderboard, it doesn't take much at all to rocket up. And with 70 points still available, anyone, even on last place there at 96th place, they are more than able to win. Again, a lot of the information that I'm putting out there for the questions and for the answers are easily findable if you want to spend some time on the internet. Now, again, if you don't want to spend some time on the internet and you just want to have a little bit of a go, then by all means. But what I'm thinking that people that are spending a bit of time researching, understanding different statistics, understanding what the percentages are from different distances, what handicap, are going to have the best chance of winning this, because they're obviously finding out and learning, and that's the whole idea. So we've got probably, I might do tomorrow, depending if I can get the live stream sorted out, the question for tomorrow. If I can do that, then great. Harry Corver says, not a good hole, but a challenging course. It is. Well, to be fair, there's been quite a few movements up and down the leaderboard as time's gone on. And so the only one that's really kind of stayed there from start to finish is Ice Trade 2468. He's doing very, very well. But again, that also depends on how much time he's getting to spend on the old Google, trying to work out exactly what these are. But again, I don't mind if people want to go on Google and try and work out themselves. Let's make that chat a little bit bigger while we can. There you go. Massive. I don't mind it, because at least they're learning. That's the whole idea. The whole idea of from shots to strokes, from stats to stroke, is just basically to get your brain working in a way where you can understand how statistics can help your golf decision making. That's all it is. Being educated and understand. You already do it to a certain extent when you're playing golf. You kind of get an idea of how the wind is blowing, and then you make a decision for yourself. Oh, that's normally about a club or this or that, and you make allowances for it. No different to any kind of slope. If you don't know what the slope is and you've played that hole loads and loads of times before, you already made the adjustment for it, the allowance for it, because you've got knowledge. Well, this is what I'm talking about when we're talking about shots gained and we're talking analysis of distances and accuracy, etc. This is a huge part of you understanding how to lower your scores. Remember, any kind of this, even equipment, different equipment, or even tuition, will not make your best shots better. Everyone's good shots are already good shots. What we're doing is, more than anything else, is limiting the bad ones. Try and make your worst much, much better, because that's what effectively just separates us all. It's not our good, because our good's already good, and our good is as good as the PGA Tour guys. I mean, anyone who's hit a hole in one, regardless of what handicap you are, is already as good as a PGA Tour player in that sense, but their worse against a PGA Tour player is huge difference. And so that's the whole idea about getting better. It's not about getting better, it's about getting less rubbish. There you go. So, right guys, hope you liked that one. Remember, when it comes to getting involved in the competition, for the giveaway, you need to like and subscribe to the channel. So every single video, you need to be liking it, especially the question ones. The question ones are the most important, the answer ones not so much, but definitely the question ones. And yes, subscribe to the channel. You also need to follow Sub70 and 11 Golf on their social media, which is their Facebook and Instagram. Yes. And then as we go through, we will be doing all this and having a little bit of fun. Anastasia, as a new golfer and a perfectionist, it took me a while to appreciate that golf really is a game of managing your mishits. Absolutely it is. It's taking the big numbers off the scorecard. Remember, the driver's job is to do one thing and one thing only. Obviously, people say to go as far as possible and to hit the fairway. No, it's not. The whole idea of the driver is to go a certain distance, yes, but to not put you in trouble, as in it should not cost you a shot. Hitting a driver out of bounds, hitting a driver into water, or hitting a driver into a position that you need to recover from, that is the big issue with driver, not the distance that it goes, and definitely not the fact that it hits a fairway or not. But, so, hope everyone liked it. If they did, go on, thumbs up, YouTube likes it, and so do I. Next to it is a little, well, it's kind of like a triangle kind of shape thing. I think that's a subscribe button. Great for the channel if you could subscribe, so thank you. And next to that one is a bell icon, that's a notification bell. And if you click that one, that will notify you next time I upload another video, as well as stats and strokes and stuff like that. So make sure you get the bell on and you'll be notified next time I upload another one. So I hope you're well, and we'll see you again soon. Don't forget the Mizuno thing. If not, watch it afterwards. I'm kind of like saying hello in the background. Bye.